Should Prince William, with his adored and adorable Kate and their cute kids, become King of England instead of Prince Charles? There's a strong sentiment among many for the crown to skip Charles and go straight to William. It's hard to imagine Charles as king. Much of Britain hasn't forgiven him for his atrocious treatment of Princess Diana, though it's been 23 years since her death. Also, he's known more for serial social faux pas and backward thinking than for forward-looking brilliance. And since his mummy continues to go strong at 94 and he turns 72 next month, he may never get the chance. This scene is somewhat similar to the story of Saul and his son Jonathan, which prompts a similar question. Should Jonathan have been made king instead of Saul? Though Saul had been made king and did some things right, he made a serious spiritual faux pas by rebelling against God's word and offering a sacrifice instead of waiting for Samuel, 1 Samuel 13, verses 8 through 14. That choice cost him the throne, though it was a long time before he died and David became king. Already his inability to handle the pressure of the throne had manifested itself in bizarre behavior that only got worse as the years unfolded. Jonathan, on the other hand, seemed to have a solid grasp on reality, and along with his complete trust in God, may have made a better king. But that was not God's plan either. Our first introduction to Jonathan was as a grown man demonstrating his faith in God in the middle of the tense situation with the Philistines. Because of Saul's disobedience of God, he lost the trust of the nation, and they were being pressured by the Philistines. And because of his lack of faith, Saul sat back rather than push back with the few soldiers who stuck by him. In sharp contrast, Jonathan went out to pursue victory by taking on an outpost of 20 Philistine soldiers by himself, 1 Samuel 14, verses 1 through 14. When he approached them, they mocked him, saying, "Behold, Hebrews are coming out of the holes where they have hidden themselves," verse 11. Regardless of their contempt, Jonathan, believing that God had given them into the hands of Israel, went up and defeated the entire garrison. God used that victory to stir the land and move the nation to rise up against the Philistines, 1 Samuel 14, verses 15 through 23. Jonathan's trust in God, demonstrated by his action, was summed up by his statement to his armor-bearer, "The Lord is not restrained to save by many or by few," verse 6. Think of what Saul could have done if he had believed it. Do we believe it? This world is filled with evil people who hate God and those who serve him. The faithful people of God are few and consider themselves small and sometimes hide in holes. But God is not restrained to save by many or few. Think of what we could do if we would only believe it and rise up for God and his truth. It is far past time for faithful people to remember who our God is and come out of our holes to serve him boldly in front of an unfriendly world. Well, thanks for watching Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until tomorrow, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.